understand, man. So this is like a motivational question for you. So life after football, the trials and tribulations of the whole process. How have you applied those things to your personal life?
Um, well, there is, and I talk with a lot of guys that that I'm friends with that have retired, since I retired. But there is a definite, transformation, whether it's mental, physical, emotional, or all the above, when you retire, because it's just you go from being that world class gladiator to being a cool guy, a big guy, but definitely different,
I hear you,
and
man.
your experience is different. So I always tell the guys, listen, just be humble, be grateful, and don't worry about any of that stuff, and things will definitely work out.
For sure. I'm sure with you talking about other NFL guys, but during your, I'm sure you had this situation come up throughout your football journey, your NFL journey. But with the current guys, some of them asking for trades, how can that impact a locker room? And if so,
Well, it can definitely cause a lot of off-season turmoil, which hey, when in the off-season you're focusing on getting ready for the season, focusing on coming together as a team, because one of the things that I think still gets overlooked is that culture in the locker room. Because one of the things that I probably spend some of the most time on with my company is the culture, the people I have in the organization, who they are, how they go about their business, what we do, how we do it. They may not, just like a locker room, like you may not have the very, very best athlete in every category, but you have collectively put together, your mission, vision, values, and beliefs through the makeup of the people in the locker room. So I think it's one of those things where it can really detract from the goal at hand, and little things become big things quickly in the locker room. That's for sure.
for
So
sure.
it's tough, but I do understand guys when they're they feel like they've been mistreated or used, or but at the end of the day, it's a business, and you're a depreciable asset for all intents and purposes.
Definitely. Hey, NFL stands for not for long for a reason, man.
Yeah.
For
But
sure. But through your NFL journey, did you ever experience that in a locker room?
um, I've seen a lot of different things. I think for me personally, the toughest is when I was cut mid-season, when I was having a really good season, by the Eagles, and then the thing I didn't know was there's a bunch of teams that picked me up on the waiver wire. You go to the team with the worst record. So I went to the Jags. And in my mind, I was going to a team that's, into pass pressure for the playoffs. They were in contention. So I didn't really have an option where I went. I had to go to the Jags. No matter how I tried to say, no, I don't want to do that, they're like, well, your options are go to the Jags or retire. So it's definitely a feeling you have, but it's like you have no control over it. So it's tough, that's for sure.
For sure. So through your NFL journey, who was the biggest trash talker in your mind?
And I wouldn't say I'm a trash talker, but I had some guys that and I'll say this with a caveat. Like I think there's some people that maybe think he's a dirty player, but he played whistle to whistle, and I knew when I played against him, I had to play whistle whistle, and like Richie Incognito. I mean, I knew he was like, all right, Babin, I'm gonna get you. Don't be standing on the pile. You know what I mean? So I knew I had to play whistle to whistle, and it was gonna be a hard game, and you knew what you're gonna get out of them. So I enjoy playing against people like that. That's for sure.
So this is my final question for you, and we can end on this. But after football, how did you grow into a business owner?
Well, it's something I always wanted even before football. I mean, in my mind, I was just going to work with my dad and start doing different projects, developments, some entrepreneur things. And I even started while I was still playing in the NFL. So I had I had a pretty solid plan and a pretty solid foundation. So I do stuff in the off season, buy properties, have them renovated. Even have projects going on during the season. Just towards the end of my career. So it was something I really wanted. From having the real estate brokerage to the construction company, development company. It was all part of a master plan.
This concludes our episode today, folks. We greatly appreciate the support. And if you're not a subscriber yet, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to get all our up-to-date content. And if you like this video, hit the like button. We greatly appreciate it. We welcome you back